Hello Gemini, welcome to Firedance Witch Tarot. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're doing your monthly reading for May. But remember that these are timeless readings, so whenever you come to it, that's when you're supposed to receive the message. So we're not going to focus too much on the dates. And also these are for rising sun, moon, and Venus. So, and for whoever is called to watch. So all in one are welcome. Also, remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and make sure that if you have any particular crossings in your chart, so sorry about that, Gemini. I ran out of space in my card. I had to empty it out before I could continue. So here we go. As I was saying, it feels like with the creator is that you're pretty much ready to go. You're ready to create that situation which will allow you to spring forward finally. And the fact that you still feel like you are being retained or detained or held back is causing you a lot of stress and anxiety, creating a lot of sleepless nights. But in essence, what Spirit is trying to tell you here is that you only feel trapped and have this sensation of anxiety and frustration and all of these things. It's because, as I was saying earlier, is that with the Judgment, you have this element of acceptance. So what is happening here is that there is this need to learn to accept what is in the now, to allow the flow to reestablish itself. And once that happens, the momentum of change will come in, and that success will come in, because that's when you will have learned the lesson that you are missing at this point in time in order to move forward. And so, by taking that moment and just letting things be for a bit, everybody, all of your spirit guides, your ancestors, your guardian angels, and your healing angels, as well as Spirit, and you know that you are quite capable of moving forward and creating things. But the problem is the energy with which you are pushing that momentum forward. Instead of going with the flow, you're trying to push and force things. And so they are saying you need to learn to allow and to learn to accept what is, in order to have the right opportunities present themselves, and things will open up naturally on their own. That's what I'm hearing at this point in time. So what you need to do is allow, because otherwise the answer will be no, because this energy of being forceful about something is what is preventing you from actually receiving the right opportunities, which you have not at this point in time. That's why every single opportunity that seems to have come forward sort of fizzles out and turns into nothing. And so We have to take a step back. We have to take a moment and just take a break from trying to push things through and force things through. You are forced to be reckoned with, Gemini. You are definitely one that will look at every single facet of the situation and really try to push from any single angle, any angle that seems the most advantageous. But at this point in time, for this particular situation, the biggest lesson here is to allow things to run their course in order to be able to move forward. Now, I want a little bit of clarification. Okay, yes. So definitely this is a matter of learning where your strength lies. Yes, you're, like I said, you're a force to be reckoned with. You really go forward whenever you want something. Whenever something's in your sights, you try to push through in any way, shape, or form that you can. You will go from one side or the other and try to attack it from multiple angles, the situation. But here the strength will be more of strength of self-control. If you manage this sort of self-control and be able to step back from trying to push the situation forward, all of a sudden you will find that you have control of the wheel back. Because right now you are pushing against the whole mechanism, and it's not allowing you to steer in the direction that you want to go. So definitely taking a step back and learning that there is a more gentle way of going about this that will allow you to go forward in the way that you want, or I should say the direction that you want, not necessarily in the way that you would like. You're very much a take charge kind of person, and this is more of spirit telling you, and this is not about specifically being a Gemini, this is about the energy of the person that I am sort of connecting with. This is not about generalizing any sort of attitudes towards Geminis in general. But the person I am connecting with pretty much is a go-getter. It is pretty much an alpha sort of energy of this person. So the biggest thing here is learning to take a step back and allowing things to run their course so that you can then gain the control back, and then you will get actual momentum, because you're sort of trying to fight against the current. And so they're saying, slow down, reassess the situation, and see it for what it is, allow it for what it is, and then allow spirit and your spirit guides to show you the way of least resistance, so that then you can regain control of the wheel and therefore be able to gain the momentum necessary and really push through this particular situation that has you bogged down. Now let me get you some oracle cards to see what other information they would like to give you. Okay, so we're going to take these. These are the Earth Magic Oracle by Stephen Farmer. See what else Spirit and your guides have for you today. I have a feeling that this answer is giving you more anxiety than relief, but it's about learning when control is necessary and learning when to go with the flow. That's what the Spirit is saying at this time. Okay, let's see. What else does Gemini need to know at this time? Whoa, okay. Okay, we got fire and passion. Yeah, this pretty much tells me that this is something that you really, really want to push forward, and there is that feeling very much of fire. So you might want to look at what are your other signs in your chart that are fire related and where they are at this time, and try to see with with your chart, what is that is affecting you at this time, that is pushing this want, this need, this passion, this fire, this, I'm hearing roar, that is pushing this more so than you would otherwise. It feels like it's this or bust. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. There is something that is sort of affecting you at this time that is pushing this, but they want you to know that it's not that it's this or bust. It's that you will get this if you learn to step back. And that is your current lesson at this time. What else does Gemini need to know right now? Gods and spirits. What else do they need to know at this point in time for the month of May, or whenever they receive this message? Please guide beautiful Gemini for the highest and greatest good. I'm hearing very cheekily, resistance is futile. For some of you that may know about this, you know what I'm referring to. Otherwise, for the non-initiated in Star Trek, that is usually what the Borg say. Resistance is futile. So trying to resist going with the flow at this time is a futile, is an exercise in futility, because it's not going to get you where you need to go. You need to learn to let go, allow, accept, and then you will be turned towards where the current is going, and it will allow you to actually get to where you need to go without as much of a fight that you would have had otherwise to get there. It's kind of like going through the shortcut. If, for example, I'm being given the image of a traffic jam. You have to go to a certain exit, but it's completely jammed, and you get an opening towards an exit, and it might be a little bit longer of a journey, but because, you know, since everything is already quite stuck in motion, taking that exit is your way towards getting to where you want to go. It might be a little bit longer in terms of distance, but it definitely will go quicker because it is actually flowing. So for those of you that don't connect with the whole Star Trek imagery, you've got the traffic one, which pretty much everybody can relate to. So here we got river movement and winter solstice with reflection. So this is exactly what we're talking about here. This is, in order to be able to have the forward momentum and the movement that you want forward, you have to go with the flow. And in order to understand where your resistance lies, and what's the word? You have to go through that self-reflection in order to realize that you have been putting on the brakes by trying to force things through. So in order to understand what it is that you're actually doing, like, it's all well and good for me to tell you this, but you need to understand this with your own actions. And so in order to be able to understand that and put it into concrete examples from your own life, you're going to have to take that step backwards, take that moment of self-reflection, and just allow things to be as they are, and therefore be able to do be able to see where the exit, the off-ramp is, and take that exit off the freeway, the clogged up freeway, in order to go through the little roads that will take you where you want to go in a much quicker, smoother way, because it's actually flowing, going with the flow. All right. I'm feeling like they want one more from another deck. This one is the Elle Oracle by Melanie, Delon, and Arwen Lynch-Poe. So we're going to have one more from this deck to close out your reading. All right, what else does Gemini need to know right now? Gods and spirits, please guide beautiful Gemini for their highest and greatest good. What do they need to know? There we go. She who whispers, conscientia, secrets, confession, and confidant. So what this is telling me is that you've been keeping a lot of this to yourself at this point in time. You have not been telling anybody about your plans and what you've been trying to do in all the different blocked roads or closed doors about this whole situation. However, I am being told at this point in time, everybody needs a friend sometimes. So open up to someone that you trust, someone that is a confidant, and tell them about what has been going on. They're the ones that are going to help you go through this reflection in this moment of sort of taming down the passion long enough for you to see where your roadblocks are and how to turn things around. Because it's like you haven't had that sounding board that you needed in order to realize that you've been hitting your head against the wall and you have not been knocking on the door. That's the image I've been given. I'm not sure if that's going to resonate with everybody, but that's what I'm being given. So essentially is tell someone that you trust about what's been going on. They will help you reflect on it. They will sort of tame the beast a little bit and sort of make you see what are the things that have been preventing you from moving forward. And they're the ones that are sort of going to enlighten you. Right there with the Ace of Swords. I don't know if you could actually see that. I'm gonna, there. The Ace of Swords. Now, this moment of it's the aha moment, the click moment. It is the moment that you realize that you've been going about this all wrong to get to where you need to go. They might be able even to be the ones that give you not necessarily the answer, but actually pinpoint the direction that in which you would need to go in order to get this about. Now, to put this into a context that would make sense, for example, you know, you've been trying to get some information on, I don't know, Bitcoin. Let's say you don't know how to go about it. You've heard about some of the pros and cons and some of the mistakes and all that stuff, and you go ahead and you talk to your friend, and it turns out that they're a complete whiz about it, and they're all about it, and they're really passionate about it, and they will be able to tell you all the ins and outs and how to go about it, and even maybe open the door for you in that sense, you know, put you in contact with the right people and that sort of thing. If this is about a job or a project, or if it's about a business, they might be able to even put you in contact with the appropriate people in order to get the right permits and go you know, cut through some of the red tape and that sort of thing. So these are some of the examples I'm being given at this point in time. So instead of keeping it all to yourself and bottling it all up, they're suggesting, you know, yes, prudency is a good thing, and you know, not revealing all of the cards that are on your chest, but you know, talk to someone that is trustworthy, and they might be able not only to help you reflect, but they might actually be the ones that are able to open the door for you, Gemini. So that's all I've got for you for this reading. I hope that you have enjoyed it and that has been helpful in some way. If it has, please consider subscribing, turning the notification bell so you're notified every time I put up a video. Leave a thumbs up and a comment down below, and I hope to see you soon. And please, by all means, share this material if you think that it would be useful for someone to hear it. Lots of love and light to you. Blessings, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye, and blessed be.